Alright, ladies and gentlemen, a very good afternoon. We are in Madeira, Funchal, and we want to fly. An approach here for exercises. It's usually a lot of fun because there is usually a lot of wind. And yeah, so let's jump right into it. The weather is, at the moment, you can already see, quite good enough to do actually landing exercises on both ends of the runway. I choose 05 because it is the more interesting one, and we have today 130 at 10 knots. Quite variable, as is the usual thing here. Good visibility, scattered clouds at 1,500, a few towering cumuluses at 1,800, 20 degrees Celsius, dew point 12, and a QNH 1021. Good, cool, so that's great. So I'll choose 05 for landing because there is a visual downwind base final. We're going to use the RMP Alpha runway 05 for the approach. That starts at PLIM 3000 feet and then descends down to Mike Alpha 566, where we would have a minimum of 940. You will see that the RNF will not bring us down quite to 940, but that doesn't matter because we're going to descend in the final visual part that follows here. Minimum safe around the airport is 2,900 where we're coming from, where we're going to, and 8,200 here because of the mountains. And that also means that in case we have a missed approach, we turn left to Monek, which is actually down here, and would go on the escape to Monek. And in case we have a balked landing, we just take off immediately, turn right, and then go to Monek as well. Alright, so that is that. The visual part looks like this. Mike Alpha 566, 190, fully configured. And then we will fly a little bit down here to the base turn. There is the coordinates here. We'll program them, and then we'll do the right turn. Fly to Gilo, at which we would have 850 feet, and then Rosario 460 feet, and then a 3 degrees glide slope down onto runway 05. As I said, we might not have the minimum of 940 here. We might want to be very close to it because our minimum with the clouds today is 1500, 950 here. So yeah, we should be below 1500 actually here in order not to have a problem with the clouds here. Good. The runway is 2,780 meters, so actually quite long, but we want to exit at Bravo, so we will use brakes medium. The runway is dry, and as I said, the wind very uncommon actually from the sea towards the land, 10 knots and quite variable. 25 knots is the maximum. We have 10 knots from this direction today, so that is fine. Anything else? No, otherwise I think we're pretty good. Alright, then let's program that. The airplane is already there, so let's start FSI panel, and I think I've already programmed PLIM to actually be our starting waypoint, the, well, obligatory software update to be done. There you go. There you go. So runway 05, it has found that PLIM as our waypoint. I validate that. We start in clean config, and flaps full is going to be our final flap setting. Good, then let's let FSI panel work. There we go. Yeah, we need to activate it first here as well. Good enough. Acknowledge. Let's try that again. There we go. And now it can get to work. 1021, that is the correct QNH, brings me 160 above sea level. That is also fine. And parking brake released, and off we can go. Alright, then. We are holding at 200 knots, 3,000 feet. That is fine. Then in the flight plan, we're going to set an arrival RNF Alpha 05. That works. That brings me up to 566 here. Then what we do need is that waypoint for the base turn. We'll call it Mike Alpha 01. And as per the charts, that's coordinates 3238 dot 5 north, 3238.5 north, and 01646 646.0 west. 01646.0 west, and that's where we want to go. We'll store that. That's fine. And now here in the flight plan after 566, we want to have that waypoint Mike Alpha 01 as the next waypoint. Yep, and now after 566, that is the base turn point. Good. Then let's insert that, and finally the 566 at 187, that should actually be, let's do that 1100, then we're not crossing the minimum. Good. Then in the performance, let's go for the approach. 1021 is our QNH. We have 940 as the minimum. Good. Temperature is 20 degrees and 130 degrees 10 knots is our wind. 36 is the approach, 31 landing, clean 207, config full. That makes sense. Good. Alright, then we're pretty much set up. And let's go. I'm releasing the airplane from FSI panel. And let's go start the approach mode. There we go. Speed out cruise. AppNav final is blue. Wonderful. And there we go. So we still have a little bit of time before our final approach starts here, about a minute. Let's read the approach checklist. Baro reference 1021, 3 times around. Seatbelts are on. Minimum. Baro 940. Auto brake is medium, and engine mode selector is norm. Approach checklist complete. Good. The airport is over here, it's in sight, that's nice. The clouds here will not move in by the time we land, so that is also fine. Good, then let's start configuring. Flaps 1, speed is checked. A bit of a speed reduction here, so that we can further configure while we are descending. Final lap. Good, flaps 2, speed is checked. Let's go for a speed of 170. There we go.
$2,500.
Radio altimeter is alive. Yeah, we do have the clouds here now, but we're still good. The airport is here. We're descending below the clouds here. Perfect. 2,000 feet. Speed is also good. Let's arm the ground spoiler. Gear down. Flaps 3, speed is checked. Alright, flight director's off now, and the birdie is on. Manual flight, I have control. Manual thrust. One more thing to do is to disable the ground and terrain warning system, because we will fly very close to the mountains. Good, then let's level off at the 1000. The runway continues to be in sight. The bridge to which we want to turn is over here.
above. 1000.
And we're checked and stable. Very good. Gentle descent. Good, let's start the turn.
Minimum.
Continue.
Minimum.
Continue. There is the bridge. We want to be about 850 there. Yeah, very good. Flaps full, speed is checked.
$500. 400. 300. 50, 40, 30, 20. Retard.
Spoilers. Reverse. Green. Desal. Manual braking. Forward idle.